Greetings from 2017. Rich Fregosa here on the CEDIA show floor here in sunny San Diego with Ken Allhands telling us about their award-winning Network Guardian from FireFX. So Ken, first off, congratulations.
Well, thank you very much. We're humbled.
Product. We're great to see this. I think it definitely an important product in the segment.
Well, thank you.
This on the CI side, but can you tell us a little bit about Network Guardian and what this device does?
Well, sure. Then the purpose of Network Guardian is really to bring enterprise-level standards and practice in network design and security down into the home and integrated home environment, where there's really currently, at least perceived by us, a pretty significant security gap. Now, whereas most people are putting in a firewall or firewall edge router for an integrated home, that's great at defending against external attacks, but it doesn't handle the 90% plus of attacks that actually initiate from behind the firewall. Anything outbound is trusted on the way back in. So when you click a bad email or click in a bad malware site link, there's nothing that a firewall will stop from allowing that exploit to continue. In addition, a good firewall is never going to stop a lateral attack within a network. So that infection on a laptop, which will inevitably happen no matter how good you are, will not be stopped by a regular firewall from exploiting dimmers or web cameras or smart thermostats or smart refrigerators that are not designed to be able to adequately protect themselves and can be used as a hacker, exploit, or listening device within the home. The Network Guardian is truly an IDS-IPS or Internet Intrusion Detection and Prevention device, a true next-generation firewall where outbound traffic and across the network traffic is packet inspected and analyzed for threat patterns.
Well, you had brought up a good point earlier when we were talking where there's so many ways once you're physically inside a network that we haven't necessarily thought about. We're constantly thinking about the outside threat from the internet. But a lot of times where it winds up happening is, say, somebody has a device off-site or a thumb drive, I think you were talking about.
Correct.
If somebody has physical access to a network, it unknowingly winds up bringing something onto the network.
A classic example. Your son brings home a thumb drive from the teacher with a homework assignment that has been shared with 200 other kids over the last 2 years with God knows what on it along with the homework assignment. Okay, you're guaranteed to get an infection. Your children or yourself goes and uses public Wi-Fi at Panera Bread, you were likely subject to a man-in-the-middle attack and didn't know it. Now, in response to that, in response to external becoming internal threats, the Network Guardian is also pre-configured with a series of VPN keys. First for the integrators, so that they can have easy access back in to custom configure and diagnose an environment where a client might want customization or have problems. But more important, for the resident, so they can put keys on every phone, tablet, laptop, and when they're out on business, they're traveling, their kids are doing something stupid at a friend's house, they immediately set up a secure encrypted tunnel back behind their Guardian to get back out to the world, so they're not subject to exploits when they're outside of the house and are more likely to be clean and uncompromised when they return to the trusted environment.
And obviously IoT or IoIT has been a big discussion, especially at this show. We were seeing the numbers at 27 billion connected devices by 2020. And you actually had a great demo that you provided to kind of hone in on a lot of it. When we see the threat, is almost like insurance. You know, you don't need it until you actually need it.
Exactly.
Firewall protection, network security. Obviously, those are on the grand scheme integrators should be thinking about in terms of personal security. But you were providing almost a real-world application of an exploit that could occur.
Exactly. We went ahead and took a laptop, and as VP software and someone who has to engage in defending attacks, I've started a little bit of white hat study. And to test our own product, we've written our own viruses, and in this case embedded them inside a JPEG picture of a kitten. Because who doesn't love kittens? Well, what it will do is it will use a known set of administrative usernames and passwords that are hard-coded into known appliances that are likely to be in the integrated home environment, and attempt to exploit them, first on a traditional network that an AV integrator might put in place, and then on a properly designed network protected by the network guardian. And the results difference between them is a bit striking.
Great. So yeah, again, it was a real world example that we saw that cameras and effects. I mean, there have been already some famous stories at this point of exploits being used with refrigerators, connected refrigerators.
Exactly. There's a classic story, and it's not a wives' tale, it's legitimate, of a Samsung refrigerator being turned into an email spam bot that was sending 100,000 messages an hour, which caused an ISP to disconnect a home due to usage rule violations. Very, very big deal. Web cameras that are exploited to record and shunt content off to an outside site where the footage could be used to blackmail a homeowner. Keystroke captures, obviously, is the classic, where someone's listening on a network for a long period of time, capturing everything you do. The average successful complete attack takes 3 hours, but isn't detected for over 220 days, which means you have 9 months of vulnerability you don't know about. And when you talked about the liability or concerns of the integrator, breach insurance is now a thing. Right. There are actually companies out there that are providing underwriting insurance because integrators and network deployment companies are actively getting sued by homeowners who thought their environments were more secure than they really were.
And with an integrator, if they are providing a device that has either a Wi-Fi connection or a wired connection, if it is any type of device on the network, that's one of the conversations that's been coming up, is an integrator at this point, from an insurance purpose standpoint, if they sold a device that could be compromised, even though it's not technically a network piece, there still could be some issues along the line.
And designing a properly defended, properly monitored, and protected network for the residents shows due diligence and best effort on the owner's behalf, which alleviates a lot of that pressure. And then even if a homeowner chooses not to protect themselves, the fact that you can offer this in your arsenal of products shows that you've made the effort to secure that end user and provides a bit of protection for the integrator there itself.
And so, in terms of the services that you guys are providing, the price points for the unit.
Okay, the device itself is going to update every 12 hours with the latest attack patterns available, threat notifications available. It is going to be phoning home or pinging back to FireFX with its general health status every hour and alerts immediately in case of a failure or a big problem. FireFX has the ability to tunnel in remotely and assist integrators with their deployment and customization for complex networks.
Which I think is a key point, is that you're just not handing an integrator a box and saying, good luck and figure it out on your own.
Complex network protection and security is a new thing for the entire CEDIA space. And we know there's going to be a high ramp up for education, customization, knowledge of how to manage this kind of hardware. We provide that as part of our service. Our units sell at $950 dealer price with an estimated street at about $1,450, but we don't advertise prices. We leave that to the discretion of our integrators. The first year of service is baked into that. After the first year, additional renewing of subscription is $300 dealer cost, and they usually roll that into a monthly RMR play, sometimes the first RMR opportunity they've had, and mark up as they see fit. Okay, now, in the event that a system is not renewed, we fail to safe. If one of these is not renewed, it bricks. All NAT rules are shut off and no traffic in or out to the world is allowed. At that point, a customer has three options. They can renew with no late fees or penalties through the dealer. We'll happily turn it right back on. They can choose to have the integrator pull it out and re-engineer the network downward. Or they can ink sign a waiver to the integrator and to FireFX stating that they understand they're taking liability, and FireFX will permanently strip the security off the box, and the integrator and we both walk away with our hands clean.
So you have the opportunity to support the dealer, the end user, and empower them if something changes, technology changes along the way. But the entire time you're absolutely working behind the integrator, making sure that any liability issues that they have
Exactly. Our goal, FireFX has 3 core beliefs. We believe no one should be intimidated or fearful of the technology in their life. We believe that everyone should have true control, not a feeling of control, of the technology in their life. And that technology should be enhancing their life in every possible way in an intuitive manner. And to that effect, it's our goal to provide peace of mind to the integrator that they can provide peace of mind to their end users.
Well, great. If people want to find out more, where can they go?
Well, you can go straight to FireFX.com, or you can feel free to send an email to sales@FireFX.tv, and we'd be happy to get you anything you need.
Well, great. And again, congratulations on the award. Looking to see some great new things in the future from you. This is Uncle Richie from CEDIA 17. Get more information, see more videos from us on AVNation.tv.